Hello everyone, my name is Mariam and I'm Yousef's sister-in-law. Yousef had two brothers. A younger brother, Siamak, my husband, who is here with us today, and an older brother, Siavash, who is in Iran. Yousef is also survived by his mother, who is mourning this painful loss from afar in Iran. On behalf of Yousef's mother, Mrs. Mahine Salimian, his brothers, niece, nephews, aunt, and cousins, I would like to extend our sincere condolences to Yousef's beloved family. Our dearest Pauline, Sarah, Samira, Isa, Kelly, Aaron, Layla, Sophia, Jake, and Isabel. Yousef was a very special person who touched our lives with respect and kindness. He visited us in California twice and left us and our children, Kevan and Parisa, with great memories that we will always cherish. While Yousef came across as reserved, I found him easy to talk to. I especially remember his calm demeanor and smile. While we were together, he would tell us about his lovely family and his travels with his close group of friends and how much he enjoyed them. He was also very humorous. He was truly loved by his extended family. We've had calls from his aunt in Sweden, and his cousins in Iran and the United States were shocked by this sad news and expressed their grief. The last time that we saw Yousef was in 2018 at our family reunion in Vancouver. We never imagined that this day would come. It's extremely hard to lose a brother. It's like losing a part of one's heritage, one's shared memories. Not having him around is a huge loss for the family, and no one can fill the gap. It was too soon to see Yousef go, but as the great Persian poet Rumi says, goodbyes are only for those who love with their eyes, because for those who love with heart and soul, there is no such thing as separation. Siamak and I, with our children, miss Yousef. We will carry his memories in our hearts forever. He will always be with us. On behalf of Yousef's mother and our entire family, we wish him farewell. May he rest in peace. Thank you.
It takes courage to stand and speak. The heart sits around here. Courage fueled by love and loyalty. Thank you so much. We weren't able to meet recently. Ordinarily, I would have visited family and drunk all the tea in their home. But we were able to speak by the marvels of technology once again. And I was able to learn just a little of this quietly remarkable man, which is my honour to share back with you the thoughts entrusted to me so recently. 70 years ago, Yousef was born in Iran, when it was still Persia. One of three brothers, as Mariam shared, himself, Siamak, and Siavash. He was born to remarkable parents, Mahim and Ahmad, who were head teachers of a school. So Yousef was fortunate to be able to learn many things in his young years, including English. When he was just 17 years old, Yousef travelled to the UK to study electronics at Manchester University. Initially, he secured work in the south of England, but soon realised that electronics was not his world. He came back to Manchester and found employment with a firm of accountants, with whom he learned his lifelong trade. During the early years, whilst he learned his trade, Yousef had a number of different jobs in order to make ends meet. including being a club doorman. Give you that message to think about for a moment. There's an image. He had been here for 2 years when he was destined to meet beautiful Pauline in Manchester one night at the Auto Club in the city centre, sadly no longer there. But I have heard that it was a very well-known secret club, where regulars had to knock 3 times and ask to be let in. If one of the doormen knew you, they would let you in, and if not, the doors they'd close. Clearly both Yousef and Pauline were in the right circles, and how very fortunate that they were. Yousef not only found his new partner in life, but also a new name. It turned out that Pauline had some difficulty pronouncing Yousef's name, being the Manchester lass that she is, and so Yousef became Joseph, and eventually Joe, by those who knew him well. They married in 1975, making their home in North Manchester, and were soon blessed with the arrival of their first child, their son, Ethan. The young family lived in a flat above a shop in Moston. By the time their first daughter, Samira, arrived in 1982, sorry, giving all the secrets away here, they had bought their first home on Orishmere Road in Cheadle Hulme, where they stayed throughout the 80s. Yousef's good friend, Gwalym, told me how they were business partners for a few years in the early 1980s at A1 Motors on Hyde Road, not far from where I grew up, second-hand car dealership. It was not far from Bellevue. There's more tunes. There you go, that's a warning to everybody else down Chapel Pockets. Thank you. Yousef built up his own accountancy practice from there. Yousef and Pauline's second daughter, Sarah, was born in 1987, and the family was complete. The final move to Cheadle Road came in 1991 and has been home ever since. Yousef had become his own boss, forming Salimian and Associates in the 1980s from an office in Cheadle. The business became Salimian & Co. in 1993, and over the years his skills and his client list have increased steadily. He ran his growing empire from his home office in the garage. As Samira commented, her dad was many years ahead of his time, pioneering the work from home method. Yousef has been a successful businessman, and so much of that success is due to his loyal, honest and likeable nature. They told me business was never just a job to Yousef. He never saw his clients as a source of income, but as people that he could help. He's always been a man of integrity and wisdom, who gave good advice, and always with a smile. And in return, his clients chose him because of who he chose to be. He was open-minded and open-hearted, kind, thoughtful, and funny. As I was told, he always had a very positive outlook on life, as many of his clients will tell you. He was, it has to be admitted, a bit of a workaholic, and his business was supremely important to him. He was always happy to help, to answer the call, to visit his clients morning, noon, nights, and weekends. But he loved to travel too, often travelling back to Iran to see his family, as well as many trips for family reunions around the globe, including Canada and Cyprus. He also visited many other countries with friends, getting some well-deserved downtime to relax and see the world. He was an avid football supporter and followed Manchester United. He never forgot his Persian roots though, and followed Iran at 3 World Cups in France in '98, Germany in 2006, and just last year in Qatar. He was proud of his achievements and proud of his appearance. Always a smart man. He had great fashion sense, I am told, and did love a trip to John Lewis when he could. But perhaps, certainly, his greatest achievements, as he would tell you, have been his family. He was such a proud father and grandfather. Granddad to Layla, Sophia, Jake and Isabel. He was always talking of his family and of their achievements, and was happy for the limelight to fall on them and not on his own accomplishments. It is a huge understatement to say that he is missed by family, friends and clients alike. He was modest and humble, honest and trustworthy, a rare and quite wonderful man. And right to the end he was still helping, giving advice, still there for those who needed him, even when he needed help himself. I think it is fair to say he has been an inspiration. Intrepid, brave and kind. And how fortunate have you all been to have shared these 80 years and 10 with this remarkable, special and very beautiful human being. I trust that it is gratitude as well as sadness that fills your hearts to overflowing today. It is in the nature of memories that they stir memories. And to allow your heart's time to go over, to reflect, to recall times you spent, but also to choose which emotions you wish to keep of those which fill you today. You do not have to keep the sadness. A moment of music for your hearts. You did love Carly Simon, apparently. No reflection on you, Pauline. But a beautiful song, one of his favourites, I'm told. A moment of music for your hearts too.